The current Formula One season has witnessed the remarkable performance of Max Verstappen. Verstappen's consistent pole positions and race wins have sparked debates among fans and pundits. Some are suggesting that the current dominance of Red Bull might be having a detrimental effect on the overall thrill of the sport. However, is there truth to this claim, and is Red Bull really ruining the sport? Let's dive into the details and figure it out. Last year, Formula One introduced new rules to make the races more thrilling. They changed how the cars create grip on the track, especially in those fast corners. The goal was to make it easier for cars to follow closely and create more chances for overtaking. At the same time, they put new financial rules in place. The hope was that this would make the competition fairer. Big teams wouldn't have an overwhelming advantage over smaller ones anymore. It sounded promising, like a recipe for an intense and unpredictable season. However, as the races have unfolded, a pattern has emerged. Red Bull Racing and Max Verstappen have been a force to be reckoned with. They've been winning again and again, like a well-rehearsed play. This is their second season dominating the track. For example, let's take a look at the just concluded Belgian Grand Prix. Verstappen started from the 6th position on the grid, but it didn't take long for him to take the lead. Even Lewis Hamilton, starting from a better position, knew that Verstappen would soon overtake him. And he did, not only passing Hamilton, but also his own teammate Sergio Perez, showing his exceptional skill. Verstappen's success is hard to ignore. He has won 10 races already this season and has won 8 races in a row. He's coming close to breaking a record set by Sebastian Vettel in 2013 when he won 9 races in a row. The Dutch driver's impressive performance has given him a huge lead in the championship standings. He's so far ahead that people are starting to wonder if he might even beat the record for the earliest championship win set by Michael Schumacher in 2002. While Verstappen and Red Bull are celebrating, there's a sense of disappointment creeping in for some fans and rivals. The excitement of not knowing who will win is fading. It's like watching a movie where you can predict the ending. Talking on the BBC's Checkered Flag podcast, Harry Benjamin summed up the feeling. Verstappen is so good that it's almost making Formula One a bit boring. And former driver Aiken added that while it's impressive, it takes away some of the thrill that makes Formula One special. Aiken stated, "Yeah, it's a debate that comes up every time we have those periods of domination. It's a little bit boring, dare I say. Yeah, boring for the rest of us who are watching. We watch this because it's a sport we love. We love to see the competition, the battles for the biggest prizes in motorsport. But we're being robbed of a little bit of that at the moment." Former F1 driver Jolyon Palmer chimed in, saying, "Without Red Bull, this season would be one of the best ever. Can you imagine we don't know who's going to turn up and who's going to fight for the podium spot?" The suspense of not knowing who will shine on the podium is part of what makes the sport so captivating. Mercedes driver George Russell aptly summed it up, saying Formula One would be so exciting if Max and Red Bull weren't here at the moment. Even Toto Wolff, the team boss of Mercedes, acknowledged that the season would be fantastic with close racing if Red Bull's second car was their main competitor. The chorus of criticism doesn't merely come from pundits and rival drivers. A growing number of fans voice their concerns, contending that Red Bull's dominance, led by the formidable Max Verstappen, is taking the thrill out of the sport. They fear that this stranglehold could alienate fans and undermine the very essence of Formula One. Undoubtedly, healthy competition invigorates the sports. The more contenders capable of clinching victories and championships, the richer the spectacle. However, beneath this outcry lies a fundamental truth. A good number of these critics are simply grappling with their disdain for Red Bull's current supremacy. Since Red Bull entered into the sport, the Milton Keynes-based team has been a divisive team, embracing a disruptive and unconventional approach to racing. While their success has been remarkable, some fans don't just like the Christian Horner-led team. It's understandable that some fans harbour reservations about Red Bull. Their breach of the cost cap rules, for instance, has cast a shadow over their credibility. Additionally, the personalities of key figures like Max Verstappen and team principal Christian Horner might not resonate with everyone. However, jumping to the conclusion that Red Bull's triumphant streak spells doom for the sport's future is essentially a defense mechanism for those aligned with rival teams. In reality, Formula One has a history peppered with eras of one team's domination. Remember, until last year, Mercedes had an 8-year grip on the Constructors' Championship. Meanwhile, between 2014 and 2020, Lewis Hamilton secured 6 of 7 drivers' titles. Toto Wolff, at the helm of Mercedes, has consistently stressed that it's incumbent on Red Bull's competitors to step up their game. His recent message underscores this point. We either have to do a better job, all of us together, to catch them, or change the regulations. And I don't think we should be doing the second one. But here's the crux of the matter. Did Mercedes' extended reign dampen the sport's allure? The resounding answer is no. The introduction of innovative initiatives like the Drive to Survive series and the relaxation of strict social media rules by Liberty Media injected a fresh dose of excitement, drawing a whole new segment of fans into the fold. Formula One stands out by allowing unparalleled access to its stars both on and off the track. The truth remains that Red Bull's current dominance won't significantly alter fans' affection for their favourite drivers. While former Williams driver Jack Aitken and many other pundits have articulated concerns about Red Bull's dominance dampening the excitement of the sport, Ferrari's team principal Vasseur offers a distinct perspective. Vasseur stated, "I think we have to collectively do a better job. It is not that Max is damaging F1. Max is doing a fantastic job. Red Bull is doing a fantastic job. And it's just that we have to do better. We can't complain about Max or Red Bull." Does this single-handed dominance indicate that F1's governing bodies have fallen short in their quest for heightened competitiveness? When evaluating the success of Formula One's recent rule changes, it's crucial to delve into the objectives that the sport set out to accomplish. F1's Chief Technical Officer Pat Simons stated back in 2020 that the new rules seek to infuse F1 with a spirit of unpredictability that makes the sport enthralling. Since the rollout of these regulations, Red Bull has emerged as a formidable force, wielding a dominant presence. But a closer examination reveals a dynamic battle for the runner-up spot that encapsulates the sport's progress. At the beginning of the season, Aston Martin surged forth as Red Bull's immediate pursuer, seizing 6 podiums in the initial 10 races. However, Mercedes, employing a significant upgrade package, mounted a resurgence, catapulting themselves into second place in the constructors' standings. Ferrari too made its intentions clear, clinching pole position at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix and securing a podium finish, asserting their bid for the coveted runner-up position. In the midst of this tussle for second place, Alpine momentarily entered the fray with an admirable podium finish by Esteban Ocon at the Monaco Grand Prix. McLaren, never one to be left behind, recently elevated the stakes with its own upgrade package as Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri challenged Max Verstappen for pole position at the British Grand Prix. This spectacle of a shifting pecking order echoes Simon's vision of unpredictability unfolding with each race. However, it's not just the race for second place that encapsulates the sport's renewed vigour. Down the grid, battles have intensified among teams like Alfa Romeo, Williams, Haas and AlphaTauri. The standings shuffle so frequently that a well-timed safety car or red flag can redefine the points landscape entirely. The racing, for the most part, has been compelling and engaging, with races in Austria and Silverstone standing out as fierce contests. While perhaps not destined to be iconic classics, they set a standard that both the sport and its fans can embrace. What's your thought about this claim that Max Verstappen is ruining F1? Let us know in the comments section below. That will be all for today's video. Thanks for staying tuned. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and notification bell so that you can always get to watch more amazing videos like this. See you in the next video.